Episode 64. So Mona and Kat, they're at Orthy Jeans, and Kat has the leather jacket in her hand, the one in question, and Leslie appears. Speak about the devil, and they will appear. And Leslie appears, and so she asks them, who are they talking about? And she already know who they're talking about. They're talking about her crazy ass. So Kat pulls out the leather jacket and tells her they have something in common, their love for biker gear. Next, Chelsea tells Martin she and Kat wants Samantha to be the face of their luxury line. And Chelsea tells him too that her dad is having a baby by his child bride, which is cringe to her, especially given that Haley is only 3 years younger than Chelsea. Ooh, that is bad. Next, Leslie says she used to have a leather jacket similar to the one Kat is holding, but she gave it away. Kat says, what a coincidence that the leather jacket came from the church that Leslie attended, the church donation box. And so Leslie says that she don't care, and she gets her butt up out of there. That's when you know Leslie is guilty, just like when Jacob approached her and Eva in a couple of episodes prior, and she got up out that seat. So you can see is just some movement of air, because that was Leslie getting on up out of there. So as Leslie is leaving out of Orphe Jeans, Nicole appears. Next, Sharon tells Anita that she spent years acting like she and Tracy didn't exist, and now she wants to analyze her feelings. She said Anita's trying to be the one in charge, and that's what ruined them. Next, this strange dude who's been in a couple of episodes that's hanging out in the background every time Martin's around. He's posing as a waiter at the country club, and he's serving Martin coffee. And when Ted appears, Martin's like, hey, I need another cup. And he hurry up and runs up out of there. And I'm like, who is this dude? I wish they would just tell us already. Who is this dude? I wish they would just tell us already, because he's getting on my nerves. Next, Martin tells Ted he wish he would have treated Tim with a little bit more compassion and understanding. He asks Ted where does he stand with his mom, and Ted says Nicole needs to be aware of how dangerous Leslie is. And no, that is Ted's job. That's your job, Ted, to protect your wife and family from this crazy woman you've brought into their lives. No, that's your job. And I think Nicole, Kat is making sure that Nicole is very aware of how dangerous Leslie is. Next, Kat, Nicole, and Mona confront Leslie about the jacket. And Nicole asks Kat, did she show Leslie what she found in the jacket's pocket? And Mona says that Leslie was in such a hurry to leave, they didn't get to that part. Mona knows, you can tell when Leslie's guilty, because she gets up out of there. Usually she'll have some clap back for people when she thinks she can win the argument. But when she's guilty and she don't have anything to back it up, Cray gets up out of there. So Leslie tells them they have a lot of time on their hands and they need to find something to do. So Kat tells Leslie she's headed to the police station. And Leslie's like, I'm coming with you. It was so funny because she was on Kat's tail like a bumper. Cray want to know what you going down there to tell Jacob. I'm going to be right down there because I need to know. Next, Ted tells Martin he feels guilty about bringing Leslie into their world. And Martin says if Ted is right about cray cray crimes, she's definitely insane. And Ted says because he shares a daughter with her, she's working that angle. And of course she is. She's going to continue to work that angle, although it's quite obvious, especially given that their daughter is an adult. So it really doesn't work the same as if Eva was a minor. Next, Nicole tells Mona that it would have been easier to forgive Ted if he had an affair with someone more appropriate. Basically, Leslie is so beneath her and classless. That's basically what Nicole is saying, that she's embarrassed, well, low-key embarrassed. I would say she should be more concerned about how fatal attraction Leslie is. Like, she's very dangerous because she envies her and wants to be her. That's what she needs to be concerned about. Next, Sharon says Dante kept pushing her to the back so that Anita could shine. She said she could have went solo, but she was proud to be an articulate. But when Anita went solo, the offers dried up for her. And that's not Anita's problem. Yeah, it's kind of selfish, but it's not her problem. And I understand, she was being loyal. I get that. I respect loyalty. But unfortunately, especially in the music business, loyalty is not always the answer. So Sharon tells Anita she heard a rumor that she had a drug and alcohol problem. And she said Dante dragged her name through the rug to protect his asset, which was Anita. And Anita tells her there are so many things that she regrets and that she wants to make amends. And Sharon tells her it's too late for that. So Sharon is angry. And I mean, I get it. I get it. When you're a loyal person and you feel like somebody you've been riding for doesn't reciprocate that, I get it. But unfortunately, like I said, they were in a doggy-dog business. And so you have to take on that mindset to be successful, unfortunately. Next, Kat and Leslie arrive to the police station, and Kat presents to Jacob her evidence regarding the leather jacket and receipt and tickets that she found in the jacket. And so Jacob tells Miss Nancy Drew, the Black Nancy Drew, that the jacket could have been handled by anyone since it was a donation to the church. Jacob asks Leslie, does she have anything to add to that? Next, Sharon asks how much does Vernon really know about what split the group up? And Anita tells her she told Vernon it's complicated. So Sharon goes on to say that Dante fabricated a lie and made her and Tracy sign NDAs. And Anita told her she didn't know anything about that. So Sharon tells her they had to give up on the group and go back to Chicago with nothing. And I know that's hard. I couldn't imagine reaching stardom and living that lifestyle, and then you have to go back to where you came from, especially if it's a poor lifestyle. I mean, who wants to live poor? Nobody does, especially when you've tasted the good life. Sharon goes on to tell Anita that Tracy sings at local nightclubs and cabarets, and that she's the choir director at her church, and she gives vocal lessons on a sliding scale. She tells her that at least she was able to buy a house with the payoff that Dante gave her. I mean, as Sharon tells her story, I do feel for her. I'm starting to feel for her and Tracy. I get it. I understand where the anger comes from. But I think the anger is misplaced. Whoever this Dante is if he's still alive, that anger should definitely be going towards him. Anita, yes, she played a role in it, but she did not make the decisions. Next, Leslie tells Jacob Kat probably planted that jacket in the church donation box, and Kat tells her to go ahead and lie her way out of it. And Leslie goes on to tell Jacob that the harassment has to stop And see, this is Leslie playing the victim. And that's why I said Kat is playing right into her hands because Leslie loves to be the victim. Now Leslie is going on with this narrative that she's being bullied by Kat. And see, here it is, just poor Leslie. So Jacob tells Kat that any DNA from the jacket and ticket will be Kat's because she didn't use gloves. And that's why Black Nancy Drew needs to retire or go get some private investigator training because she don't know what she's doing. Next, Ted tells Eva he's been trying to get in touch with her and that he believes in her. Eva makes an excuse for Cray Cray, saying that Leslie was trying to get under Kat's skin. And Ted says Dana wanted to punish her to create a wedge between them. And he tells Eva she needs to protect herself from Dana. Next, Anita tells Sharon don't leave and that they need to hash this out. Sharon tells her that she was under the control of Dante Green, and she says that Anita knows the truth and maybe she should tell the world and especially Vernon. Next, Ted tells Eva that she's afraid of Dana because she knows how far she will go. He asks her what does she know about Dana's crimes, and he tells her she can come to him if she want to break free from Dana. And she needs to break free. She needs to cut that umbilical cord. And so Eva tells Ted he should be careful around Dana because Cray Cray has a tendency of confusing what she wants with reality. And ain't that the truth? She's always in that mirror like a witch, creating all these different narratives or false narratives. So Ted tells Eva that they should keep looking out for each other. Next, Sharon tells Anita that she just wants her and Tracy to be the props and that she takes the center stage to ease her ego as always. And Sharon says that she will never trust Anita again. Next, Kat tells Nicole and Martin what happened at the police station. And Nicole says that they need to accept that Leslie is going to get away with her crimes. See, and Nicole is already defeated. She's like, I don't even want to deal with it anymore. And I mean, I understand. She feels like Leslie is this ratchet that her husband messed around with and had a baby by. But now the whole town knows about Nicole Dupree, not Nicole Dupree, whose husband cheated on her with a ratchet. Oh no. I mean, that must be embarrassing. Next, Leslie tells Eva that someone came and took the motorcycle helmet and equipment. Eva tells her that she put the motorcycle helmet and equipment in a safe place and that her apartment would be the first place the police would go, and it would be. And she tells Leslie she has to stay on her good side because she holds the cards now. Yeah, you need to hold on to that because Cray Cray definitely was going to use that to blackmail Eva. So that's good. She took away her ability to blackmail her. And that ends the episode.